Once they figure out there's no way they're getting off the island, who knows what they'll do?
After much listener demand, today I am finally going to answer the question I have posed for many years. Spider-Man, threat or menace? Yes, that's right. It's time. I'm taking a position. And that position is... he's both. Sometimes he's a threatening menace. And sometimes he's a menacing threat. But come on, how can you menace someone without also being a threat? And vice versa. And for those grammar Nazis among you who say I'm being redundant, it's called art. I'm a wordsmith. It's a rhetorical device. And if you don't like it, I'll tell you where you can shove that device. Okay, my intern is telling me it's time for my pills. We will be right back. Heads up, everybody!
The city's turning into a playground for crazy people. Even more than it usually is, I mean.
Hello there. Welcome back to Flash Zellow, fiction done fast, a show where I take a bunch of writing prompts from my friends and turn them into one-page short stories for your entertainment. Wow. It's almost like I haven't done this for a hot second. It was a little bit rusty, but we're back. I took about a week off for birthday and medical reasons. Not that I wasn't capable, I had a shitty gut bacteria. It sucked. I'm on antibiotics. So, we're back. I was about to say, what do I do here? But I had the intro. How you doing, Scarlet Fury? You're here for what? The next 5 minutes? Alright, well, let's just jump into it. I'll see what I can do. Just tell your intern to like, comment, and subscribe, right? It's the wrong platform, I know. I don't know what I still don't. I've been doing Twitch since like last October and I still don't have a fucking clue how this platform works. Yeah, let's just jump in and see what prompts we got. So, we still have from Tincture, we've got Noir detective style story about a character stuck in a Home Depot. We also have, he was stuck in a house for a year with only a box of sociopathic cereal to keep him fed. How will he reason with the grains in time to not starve? Only time will tell in the next thrilling episode of The Serial Killer. Veramat89 dropped us, the Angel of Death has a serious sit-down with his inept younger cousin, Natural Selection. Swooby gave us, you're incredibly good at making decisions, but only in a very narrow field, and you're bad at the rest of the decisions. Alex Speed gave us a bit of a dump. We have an impulse buy leading to intergalactic warfare. No one is too ordinary for our agency. The floor tasted like... So that reminds me of a story. I was with my brother and his friend, and we were all drinking, and my brother's friend, let's call him Eric, he spilled some beer, Eric did, and my brother Marcus is like, dude, clean that up. And Eric's like, oh, okay, I'll clean it. And he starts cleaning it. And I've been drinking, and I've got a bit of a little brother sense of humor. I was like, yeah, fucking, like, clean it up. Lick it up. And he was like, oh, okay. Dropped to his hands and knees and started lapping warm beer off of our floor, our wooden floor. We had a bunch of pets. And I remember, like, I watched him for half a second, because I didn't think he'd do it. You know, I wasn't going for peer pressure on that one, but so I'm watching him, and I look up at my brother, and my brother's expression is just something like this. Like, the look of love you would give a pet after they get their head stuck in, like, you know, a trash can. It's like, I love you. You're a fucking idiot. So anyways, the floor tasted like old stale beer. The copy machine broke down in the middle of printing, which made this the third worst thing that has happened to me this morning. You have no idea who I am, do you? You dragged me into this hellhole, but you can't make me leave. And then Dune Harper gave us, the blue wall is all he can look at. If he looks at anything else, all he can see is his son. White blood cells protect the body against germs through rap or poem battles. I got it. I don't tend to edit these, but that space was killing me. Hades is real sick of dealing with all the deaths his brother Zeus causes. Romeo is into men, but is too socially anxious to tell Juliet. Poncho and Lefty try to rob a bank. Poorly. An espionage agent tries really hard to not be Solid Snake in a mission, but fucking can't. A local play of Hamlet, but both the lead and their understudy got in an accident, so an extra has to wing it. I know my name, he said in a faint whisper, arms wrapped over his head. My name is Harry. He knew his name, but he couldn't remember who he was. Alternate edition. My name is Jonas, he repeated again and again and again because he couldn't get the goddamn song out of his head. A man suffering with extreme depression while being overjoyed. A person goes insane sitting in the car waiting for someone and has an anxiety-induced mini-trip. A woman is at work when she notices an old landline emergency phone. Scarlet Fury gave us, a woman is at work when she notices an old landline emergency phone hanging on the wall. She's never really paid attention to it before, thinking it must no longer be connected, when it suddenly rings. A person joins a flash fiction club only to learn flashing is not part of the agenda. Two characters fall in love despite barely understanding each other. Both bad at English between them, so they end up making their own language, mixing all three. A sphinx trying to come up with new riddles because humans have memorized all the answers to all of her old ones. Renegade Radio gave us, you know, I would love to see a short story of what you think is happening in this scene. It looks like we've got a satyr in a crystal lake with a ball of magic. So, yep. Then we've got Goose is a superhero's tech person. Superhero needs new grappling hook, xray glasses, transporter. They're the one to do it. Maybe they also monitor the city cameras and radios to listen for potential crime. Up to you. What does a typical day for Goose look like? So, I had, as per usual, I just kind of go with what jumps out at me. I am not gonna lie. I will give voice to it. There is a feeling of, oh fuck, I haven't done this in a couple of days. Can I still do it? Am I still up to the challenge? Find out right now if I still remember how to write. Damn, sounds like he's here. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. What are you gonna do? How are you gonna resolve this? What's the plan there, Scarlet Fury? The short amount of time that I operate as a fake intern for a real radio show, you should be able to just abuse him however you'd like. I mean, that's how it went for me. Okay. Well, so I don't know if Scarlet Fury ever resolved her... I don't know if it's an issue. I think it's just her life. Well, that sounded mean. From what I understand, Scarlet Fury hired an intern and was expecting him to show up between the 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock. So, just happened to arrive at the wrong time for the stream. But, we will forge ahead, seeing as, but is a slight disappointment, because this is Scarlet Fury's prompt. A person joins a Flash Fiction Club only to learn flashing is not part of the agenda. So, David didn't know what flash fiction was, but all the best things in his life had been spur of the moment, fly by the seat of your pants, look before you leap kind of decisions. So, when he saw a flyer combining two of his favorite things, who was he to refuse? With chilly hands, David pulled the trench coat tight around his waist, enjoying the brisk feeling as he entered the library room the club rented out. His entrance attracted the attention of Gwen, the woman in charge. "David," she said brightly. "You made it. Can I take your coat?" His bottom dropped out. He swallowed, trying to buy himself some time as his heart started beating faster, and sweat broke out on his palms. He wiped them on his trench coat. Take my coat? Well, yeah, the heat of this room is just the right side of toast to you. You're gonna melt. Yeah, I mean, right now? As opposed to when? It now dawned on him that not a single other person was dressed in a way conducive to flashing. Gwen, remind me what exactly flash fiction... What exactly is flash fiction? Short fiction? Short fiction? Why, did you think... She eyed his trench coat and sighed. Not again. Again? Yes, again. She rolled her eyes. Look, I don't judge. Okay, maybe a little. Okay, no, I judge. This earned a frown from David, but she pressed on. Just answer me one question. What's your question? What on earth did you think flash fiction was? Red embarrassment crept across his face. Well, I don't know. That's why I showed up prepared. He grabbed the belt of his trench coat. You know, we could figure it out together. Out! Gwen said, pointing. Come back dressed with 1,000 or less words, or not at all. David sighed. Fine, as he exited the room, retying his belt. No fun. Alright. I think that turned out... It turned out okay. Not a bad way to come back after taking a little bit of time off. Fun little silly prompt. So let's see, what is... Today is 2/5/2021. So... Originally, I had planned to have an entire novel's worth of these pieces by, like, Valentine's Day, but I took a week off. So, like, oops. Okay. But yeah, I think that turned out pretty okay. Let's see. I had an idea for this one, so we're doing another Scarlet Fury. She comes up with really good prompts. So OBS disconnected on me, but it seems to be back now. Okay. Alright, well. All things considered. Okay, well, let's see. Still got a few people hanging out. Alright, well, so the prompt, I actually just got this prompt from Scarlet Fury last night. Goose is a superhero tech person. Superhero needs new grappling hook, x-ray glasses, transporter. They're the one to do it. Maybe they also monitor the city cameras and radios to listen for potential crime. Up to you. What does a typical day for Goose look like? Okay. I do want to say the name of this superhero I took from a buddy of mine's story idea, but we'll roll with it. Time travel? Goose asked, his eyes wider than his Coke bottle glasses. You want me to invent time travel? Captain Kamikaze nodded, folding his arms across his massive chest. Exactly. Dr. Deathray has traveled into the past and I have to stop him. Goose blinked at the ill-named invulnerable superhero. Did you at least get a hold of his time travel tech? A brilliant smile of perfect teeth spread across the captain's face. I knew you'd ask. So I made sure to lift this off a guard. Goose reached out and took a smashed, crushed, and burned collection of wires and microchips. Captain, before you lifted this off the guard, did you? I blasted him with my concussive heat ray. He never saw it coming. He never saw it coming, the captain said with a wink. God damn it, Clarence, Goose said, smacking his head against his own desk. You're angry, I can tell. You called me by my civilian name, the superhero deduced. No shit! How exactly do you expect me to reverse engineer time travel? With that, Clarence said, grinning again. It's a pile of scraps! It's broken! It's half melted! And is that taco sauce? Clarence pulled Goose out of his seat and held him by both shoulders. And yet? Goose asked, close enough to see himself reflected in Clarence's eyes. And yet you must. For the city is counting on me, on you, on us. He looked away, toward the city, through a wall of pure concrete, but still. If we don't stop Dr. Deathray, who knows what havoc he might unleash upon the people of Metropolburg. Goose sighed. Probably a Deathray. I knew I could count on you, Captain Kamikaze said with a smile, before flying away. I'm really sad that Scarlet Fury missed both of these. I think she would have really enjoyed them. I'll just have to send them to her. Alright. Well, that is all we have time for today. Today was pretty mild, but that's okay. I kind of wanted a little mild for my first day back. Didn't want to go too, too extreme, too crazy. Wanted to keep the as my mom and dad used to say, no sex, no drugs, and keep the rock and roll at a reasonable volume. None of these rules were followed, but still. Alright. Well, with that in mind, let's see if there's anybody. I know it's earlier in the day, so actually it doesn't look like anybody in the writing community that I know of is floating around. So we might not raid anybody. I think that's okay. Well, in that case, that is all I have to say. That is all I have to write. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. And remember, no heroes in 2021. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.